Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the JJRC H2. And now this was the world's smallest quadcopter for a couple weeks, but before I could even get my review done, it has already been beaten. So I won't spoil that yet, but I imagine most of you probably know what the new world's smallest is. But we'll give this one its limelight, at least for this review. You'll see it is just a little bit smaller than the CX-10, so it is definitely smaller, and it was the world's smallest, but no longer. But we'll treat it as if it is for now. It comes with a USB charging cable here that plugs into the bottom there. That's your little charging port. And it takes about 25 minutes to charge. It's just a 75 milliamp hour battery in there, so a little bit smaller than most nanos. But I was only getting about 2.5 minute long flights, and there's no LVC warning on this, and there's no LEDs either. There's just one little like red internal on the board there that you can see, but there's no motor pod LEDs out on the arms or anything. So no LVC warning, and only about 2.5 minute long flights, though I've heard other people claim longer flights. So I don't know if they just aren't actually measuring it as closely as I do, or maybe mine's slightly defective or something. But pretty short flight times on that little guy. It does come with a spare set of props as well. And then this is our transmitter, which is your standard, nano transmitter, style. No shoulder buttons, so you just click the sticks, and let's see, we've got left stick is our rate, so click the left stick to get 3 different rates, and it has a changing yaw rate, and it is a pretty good speed yaw, so nice yaw rate on it. You click the right stick and then move it in any direction to flip, but the flips it's pretty slow on the flip recovery. I think it's just kind of a little bit heavy for how small the props are, so it doesn't have a ton of power to recover from those flips. And it also has headless mode and return to home. So for headless mode, you hold right trim. So down here on the right, you hold that down for headless to turn on headless mode, and then you hold down left trim to return to home. And then it return to home uses headless mode, so not very reliable. So don't really expect it to actually return to you. You can recalibrate the accelerometer by holding the left stick down right and the right stick down left, so both sticks to the inside corner, and that will recalibrate the accelerometer. Let's see, is there anything else to say about this one? I didn't find it to be an overly great flyer. I think just the weight, because it's kind of a clunky body, it's sort of a big frame to it and everything, and I don't know, it didn't really impress me too much. I feel like this, they kind of tried to quickly get it out and be the world's smallest for a little while at least, and really that's kind of the main thing it had going for it, but now it's already beat, so I don't really know too much why to recommend this one unless you're just a completionist and want it for your collection. And it does have this cool display case, like the Hubsan Q4 had, so your transmitter stores in there, and then your charging cable fits in there, and then you get your spare props down in the corner there, and then this top part clips on there, and then the quad goes in there, and then on. So pretty neat little display case, carrying case. So I do like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, just not really a great flyer. No LEDs on it. Short flight times. So I think this is just kind of one for the collection. To add just sort of a history of how small they get. Because there isn't any other one this size. This was the only one that came out that's sort of in between the CX-10 and then the new world's smallest, which will be coming up here in a review soon. So this is pretty unique in that case. But anyway, I think that's really all I've got to say about it. I probably said more than I really should have. I'm trying to reach for compliments on it. But yeah, so let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the JJRC H2. This was briefly the world's smallest quad, but it's already been beaten. But pretty neat little quad, but no LEDs really on this one, just this kind of internal red one that sort of shines through the front here, but nothing out on the arms or for orientation or anything. No night flying, anything like that. So we'll just spin her around in the light here for a while. There we go, there's high rates. Pretty good yaw rate. Get a little funnel going. Throttle can't quite keep up with that. That was full throttle and it was slowly losing elevation. Go to medium rates. Let's do some flips. That was weird. Did a motor just crap out on me? I think that motor just died mid-flight right there. Well, how about that? Well, there's a first. That motor just crapped out right in the middle of the flight there. That was really weird. I was in the air when it just stopped working and just sort of, wobbled out of the sky. Well, well, I don't really know what to say about that one. I mean, this is the only one I've got. I don't have another one. I don't know how to fix it. Well, I think that's about it for the flight review, I guess. I mean, I did a little bit of a flight there, so you got to see a taste of it, but I really don't know what to say. That's crazy. The motor just died. Well, sorry guys, that's about as much as I can do for a flight review on that one. That's pretty disappointing. Well, anyway, there's the JJRC H2. Was the world's smallest, but it's already been beaten. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.